Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, we have got quite the snowstorm. We had quite the snowstorm across eastern North Carolina. Still very much feeling the effects from that snowstorm last night. Right now, again, want to take a look at some of the roads across eastern North Carolina. This is what it looks like in Greenville right now. Roads are starting to clear. We're seeing certainly improvements, but things are a long ways out from being, I would say, completely drivable. It is still dangerous out there. Now we want to turn our attention to Onslow County, where we've got our very own Max Alfonso standing by. Max, give us the latest. I understand you spoke to DOT crews earlier this morning. What did they tell you, and what can you relay to us here back at the station?
Yeah, so I called DOT pretty early this morning, but I would think it would still be the same because I've been driving on these side roads. And they are not cleaned yet. They have not been plowed. And the main roads, they're still working on them as well. Basically, what they told me is the main roads are the priority. Right behind me here is Western Boulevard. And Western Boulevard is okay. It's not great. It's getting better. I've been driving up and down it for about an hour now, and the condition is improving, but it's still not where it needs to be. And that's just going to be a work in progress. As they continue to fix the roads here, we got probably about 10 inches of snow down here when I measured this morning from where I was. So a lot of snow, and they're working on cleaning it all up.
All right, now Max, have you heard about any sort of estimates on maybe how many accidents happened in Onslow County over the past 24 hours? I know we were getting reports last night of several accidents across all of eastern North Carolina, but I know you had quite a few in Onslow County. What were some of the numbers like?
So yesterday in Onslow County, between 12:30 and 5:30, there were 29 crashes.
Wow.
And as well, on the Onslow County Sheriff's app, you can look and see what's going on in the area, how many crashes there are. And I went on a few times last night, and there were crashes everywhere. Right now, I want you to take a look behind me. You see that there is some traffic going by. Not everyone is staying home, which I kind of get it. You know, you don't get this kind of snow down here, but I would advise everyone to stay home and, try and avoid, that situation where you could be, the one calling for help.
Absolutely. Max, thank you so much for the report. We'll let you go get warm. It looks pretty chilly out there. We appreciate you being live with us again. That was Max Alfonso reporting live in Onslow County in Jacksonville. We now want to turn to our very own Brandon Hardison, who is, again, kind of giving us an idea of what some of the county roads are looking like across portions of Beaufort County. And I'm going to bring my volume down. Sounds like he's got me up. But this is, again, what Brandon is seeing right now across kind of Beaufort County. I believe he was just outside of Washington. Right now, as of about 4 minutes ago, he was on River Road just outside of Washington. Now, at this point, he may still be on River Road. Hard to tell. It does look like, again, we're getting some pixelation there, but you can clearly see you're not seeing any asphalt. You're not seeing the pavement. This is what most eastern North Carolina roads look like right now, snow covered. Now that snow is compacting down as more and more cars travel over it, but it is not looking like something people should be out driving on if you can help it. I know I'm not looking forward to driving home later on today. The good news is, I would say the best news out of what Brandon is showing us right here is the fact that there are so few cars on the roads. That is encouraging. It means people will understand that this is a serious event to take seriously. And listen to the governor when he says, if you don't need to be on the roads, don't be on the roads. Again, Certainly looking at compact snow on the roads right now. You can again see some patches where that brine is trying to work through that snow, trying to melt it away, but it's going to be difficult to get any sort of significant melt happening either today or tomorrow. The significant melt likely going to be happening midday on Tuesday. Until then, again, plan on road conditions being rough out there, especially when the sun goes down, because that's when air temperatures will be dropping back down well below freezing. Tonight we're anticipating air temperatures dropping down to around 10 degrees. So let's take a look at what we're seeing throughout eastern North Carolina. Again, want to highlight the fact that the snow is done in eastern North Carolina. We're not going to be seeing any additional snowfall coming down. If you see snow like it's looks like it's falling from the sky, it may just be blown off of the trees because of the strong winds that are still present in the east. Going to see those winds die down as well. But do want to take a look at some of the pictures we've gotten. This is from Scarlet Street of Blunt's Creek, and the Pamlico River showing quite a bit of ice. Iced over Pamlico River. Great shot. Thank you so much, Scarlett, for sending that one in. And then this is one of my favorites. This one was labeled as about to shred the nar. This is from Philip Lammy in Morehead City. Not only, again, does everything look fun with the kind of the Jungle Gym Playhouse out there covered in snow, but I want you to note the snowboard that is set up right next to the slide. I know what I would do in that situation, and it's not a smart move, but it's certainly a fun one. We'll see again if Philip provides any sort of video evidence of him shredding the nar down that slide in Morehead City. Philip, thank you so much for sending your picture into Carolina Camera. You can also, again, send your photos to carolinacamera.tv. We're trying to show them, again, on these, news and weather updates for you. That way you can kind of get an idea of what's happening in your neighborhood or just around eastern North Carolina. Always fun to see. Right now, 30 degrees in Greenville, northwesterly wind at 13 miles an hour. We are warming up the air temperatures along with the sunshine, trying to again melt away some of the snow. It's looking a little bit effective. I would say somewhat effective in Goldsboro right now. And at least certainly the salt is. You can see areas that, again, were salted really Friday now look like they're showing some moisture, some water on the road. So the brine is doing its job just at a slower pace than what I'm sure many would want. But again, if you don't need to drive anywhere, don't. Stay off of the roads. This is not a good time unless you're hoping for a big medical bill or a big car repair bill. If you don't want those two items on your checklist for the day, stay off the road, stay away from the cars. Just focus on the sledding, focus on the fun, focus on the fact that this doesn't happen all that often in eastern North Carolina, and soak it up while it is here. It'll be gone before you know it. Air temperatures right now, again, upper 20s to low 30s. We will get a few degrees warmer on top of what we're seeing outside right now, but not a lot warmer. Terry Brown, so tomorrow will basically be the same probably. Terry, yeah, at least in terms of road conditions early tomorrow morning, I don't think you're going to be seeing a whole lot of improvement from right now to what we're going to see tomorrow morning, because tonight we will experience our coldest air temperatures over certainly the past month. We're going to be down potentially at the single-digit range. Now, before, we've had overnight lows so far in January dip down to around 12, 13, 14 degrees. Tonight's low is 10 degrees, even lower. So make sure you are aware that anything that melts today, while it's encouraging, it's only going to refreeze tonight and lead to very slick conditions across eastern North Carolina early tomorrow morning. DOT crews obviously going to work to make sure that is less impactful as possible, but this is Mother Nature, and trying to work against Mother Nature is it's a very difficult task, and it's not one humans can usually actually conquer. So let's take a look at what it feels like outside right now. Air temperatures in the mid-20s to low 30s. feels like temperatures, though, in the teens to 20s. It is cold out there when you factor in the breeze that is right now blowing in at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. You are seeing some stronger winds closer to the water. Wind gusts right now still at about 15, 25 miles an hour for many inland areas. But once you get closer to the ocean, you're looking at 20, 30 mile an hour wind gusts. 39 currently in Piney Island. It has been very breezy across the Pamlico Sound, and while that is going to let up over the next few hours, we will still hang on to some windy conditions along the Outer Banks even as we hit 9 p.m. tonight. Not nearly as windy as what we've got right now, but we will see some improvement in that regard. Monday, again, hanging with the northwesterly wind, much lighter wind speeds expected, but so long as that wind direction holds consistent, we're going to see cold air flow into eastern North Carolina. For this afternoon, highs really not going to get too much higher than where they're at right now. A few of us, again, in the upper 20s to low 30s. Later on tonight, though, that is the story. What are we looking at as far as air temperatures? And by 10, we're down in the teens. We're going to be below freezing tonight, certainly by, well, most of us are likely going to be staying below freezing. What am I talking about? We'll be below freezing by. Most of us are below freezing right now, and it's 1 o'clock. We're heading towards the warmest hour of the day between around 2 to 3 p.m., and we are still looking at frigid conditions. Tomorrow morning, it will be even colder. 10 degrees at 7, 19 at 9, 25 at 11, 28 by noon, and finally reaching the low 30s across most of eastern North Carolina by tomorrow afternoon. Now, we will see some melting tomorrow. Don't get me wrong. It will melt a little bit. Some of that snow is going to take a hit, a little punch on the chin there from the sunshine and air temperatures slightly above freezing. But it is not going to be wiping away the snow until we get, I would say, Tuesday afternoon to Tuesday evening when we get some more raindrops into the forecast. For now, it's going to be sunnier skies breaking out through the afternoon today into the evening. Nothing really showing up overnight, but there could be some fog early on tomorrow morning. That is important to note. Fog closer, or pretty much right along Highway 17 and then a little bit east. Some of that fog may try to develop a little bit further west, but for those of you who are going to get up and brave the roads tomorrow morning, especially around the New Bern area, Vanceboro, Trenton, Havelock, Chocowinity, Washington, Grantsboro, Aurora, most likely those areas and areas around those areas likely going to be seeing some fog form. So understand you're going to be dealing with not only slick road conditions as everything is going to be frozen, but you will also then be dealing with visibility concerns. So you're not going to be able to stop as well. You're not going to be able to keep your car on the road as well, and you're not going to be able to see as well. There's 3 good reasons to maybe take the day off tomorrow, or at least let your employer know that you may be late getting into work because of the weather conditions. Again, if you got three good reasons to not do something, generally it's a pretty good idea not to do it. Anyways, I'm not going to tell you guys your business. That is up to you, but I would like to keep all of you safe, at least as safe as possible. Tuesday morning, not looking at much fog potential, but it does look like models are trying to give us maybe a few little pockets of fog. Probably not going to amount to much. 33 degrees Monday turns to 41 on Tuesday, and that is the magic sauce to get the snow out of eastern North Carolina. Air temperatures in the 40s. That plus rain showers, that will really help wash away a lot of the leftover snow that will still be present on certainly the sides of the roads, maybe not on all of the roads, but it's all gone. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, all the way through Wednesday. We stay cold through the tail end of this week. Again, our air temperatures average out to around the mid to upper 50s this time of year. We will still be about 20 degrees colder than average for Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. It is still going to be cold. We may be losing out on the snow once we get to Tuesday, but the chill is going to be sticking with us. Yeah, it is going to be rough. Now, Yeah, thinking school will be out all week at this rate. I do not think that school is going to be out all week. I really think, again, what we're going to see on Tuesday is likely going to be effective enough to get kids back in school by Wednesday. The key, though, is what overnight lows do Tuesday night into Wednesday. If those numbers can come up from 32 degrees to, say, around 34 degrees, we will have school. At least, I shouldn't say will. I shouldn't say will. I'm not the decision maker. But I believe we will have school on Wednesday if we can keep those overnight lows at around 34, 35 degrees. Right now, down at 32 is problematic. If we see those air temperatures drop down to around 30 degrees to maybe 29, that then indicates that we could be looking at a freezing rain event coming up Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and that would obviously lead to at least a delay, possibly even a cancellation for schools, just because buses slipping on the roads is something no school administrator wants to have on their hands. Understandably so. So that right now is what we're looking at. By Thursday, certainly by Wednesday afternoon, snow's melting away. Thursday, everything clear. Friday, everything clear. I'm not anticipating we're going to see a week out of school for the kids, but who knows? This is Eastern North Carolina. This is Eastern North Carolina. And again, problems could arise if we see that Tuesday night overnight temperature sink down any lower than where it is currently. But for right now, that's all we have time for. I do want to say thank you to everybody joining me over on Facebook: Eric White, Terry Brown, Ursula Jameson, Ashley Tucker, Anise Swindell. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate the commentary. I appreciate the questions. Yeah, and we will see how it all shakes out. But what I really want to highlight for you guys today: stay safe, but enjoy the snow. Enjoy the snow. It's only going to be here for maybe a couple days, and then it's gone. Who knows when we'll see another snow like the one we had last night again here in Eastern North Carolina. Probably going to be several years before it happens. I'm going to knock on wood there. But yeah, I know I'm going to enjoy it once I get off of work. Until then, I hope you all do the same while I am here on the First Alert desk. I will be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Sunday.